available experts, please report to room A9.
Hey guys, Ecto here, and welcome to Delumination. This is what the module will look like, and the aim of the module will be to first turn the switches on, then turning the LEDs off, referring to them as separate things, hence why I said switches and then LEDs. So the way I find is probably the best way to do this is just imagine there's like two separate stages. Consider these first and then these afterwards. So to begin with, pretend these aren't even there. So the switches are green, white, blue and red. And now we're going to go down these conditions and using this table to figure out which order to switch them on. So if the red component is next to the yellow component, there is no yellow component, so that's not going to be true. If there's a red next to a black, there is not a red next to a black. I don't think it actually can happen down here, but I might be wrong with that. Actually, there might be black lights. Yeah, never mind, ignore me, there's black lights. So, it's not a red next to a black either. There is a green component, but be wary here, there is an otherwise here. So if there's no green component, all the components from left to right, but since we do have a green component, the order is going to be right to left, so the switches are ordered 4, 3, 2, 1, which is important for the position of said component. If there's no blue component, there was a green component, there is a blue component, so we can ignore this for now. If there's no vowel, there is a vowel, so we can ignore this as well. But for these, just in case we don't get them, but this one we're not going to get, reverse the order given below, it basically means reading this list from right to left. So instead of reading as RKG, BWY, we're reading as YWB, GKR. And then the blue one, if there is no blue component, there are blue components here, but we're not going to get it because we have blue components across all of them. But in this case, it means if you're doing the switches, the red is always last. If you're doing the LEDs, the red is always first. No matter what the order you get from the table is. So say that was true, and we had green, white, yellow and red. This would apply, meaning we would have to flip on the red switch last, even if it comes up first in our sequence. So, now we've gone through all the rules, we're going to use the highest digit in the serial number, that being 9, and the position of the red component, which is technically in the 4th position, but since our ordering is from left to right, is actually in the 1st position. So, using this ordering, the order we're going to get is blue, red, green, white. And hopefully, if we've done that right, all the lights come on, and we know we didn't get it wrong because it didn't strike us at any point. So now we can ignore the colours of the switches and focus on the colours of the lights. Sometimes a light might seem to be, if any LED, when you flip a switch, doesn't come on, treat that LED as black. In this case we have an obvious black one here, so we know that one's going to not come on. But say if we had a configuration like this, and say the blue one didn't come on, I think what it means by that is, if like this blue one didn't come on, this blue was actually a black. Hence why I said to ignore these until we need them. So now we're going to do the same process again with the LEDs. We have red, yellow, blue and green. red is next to yellow. Red is next to yellow here. So we're going to be using the position of the yellow component in the table. So that's one change we're getting. Yellow component, not the red component. But we also don't have red component next to black. But in that case, we would have used the lowest digit in the serial number instead. So we will be using the 7 row rather than the 9. So, next, no greens. We do have green. No blues, we have blue. And we do have a vowel. So that's all we had to do. Focus on the yellow component. Remember, we do have a green here, so we're ordering from right to left. 4, 3, 2, 1. So the yellow component is in the third position here. First position, second position, third position. So we're going to be switching them off in the order of yellow, red, blue, green. And hopefully if we've done this right, we get a self-module. Let's do another example. So focusing on just the switches to begin with. Red, yellow, black, blue. Red component is next to yellow. Yes. So change, we're using yellow. Red is next to black, red is not next to black. No green. There is a case here where we don't have a green component here. So the components are we ordered 1, 2, 3, 4 this time. But we do have blue, and there is still a vowel. So this is the changes we have. Left to right, and we're going to be focusing on yellow. The yellow one is in the second position. So we're going to be ordering them in the order of red, black, yellow, blue. So hopefully if we've done that right, we have a case here that I was talking about. So we've turned all of these on, and this one came on, this one came on, this one came on, but the blue one still seems to be off. This isn't a bug or anything. This blue, which looked like a blue, is actually a black one. So, noting these down, the black one at the front we thought was going to be black was actually a white one. Red, green, and then the blue one is actually black. So, red next to yellow. There isn't red next to yellow. There isn't red next to black either. The red one isn't next to the black one. There's no green. There is green there. Ooh, but in this case we don't have a blue this time. Because the blue is actually black. There is no blue component. Meaning, since we're on LEDs, we're always flipping off the red one first. So we can put that at the start of our list already. And we still have a vowel. So, the position of the red component, we're looking at the red component. And given we had a green component here, we're ordering right to left. So the red component is in the third position. It's here. And ignoring red even being there, the rest of the order is going to be white, black, green. However, when we turn the lights off, we can completely ignore the one that's still off, because if we flip the switch again, nothing's going to happen again. So we're only going to be flipping off 3 of them. And given the no blue component rule, we're always flipping off the red LED first, and then going by the order, we're flipping off the white and the green. And we get another module. So that was Delumination. Again, quite a simple module, but again, be warned about these intricacies. Don't forget about this otherwise. Not really much more I was going to say, but apart from also, don't be fooled by the initial colours of the LEDs. A coloured one might end up being black, and don't always treat the one that looks black as black because it might be a white one instead. I don't know if it can end up being different colours, but yeah. But hopefully the module Delumination makes a bit more sense now. And I'll see you guys in the next tutorial. I'll see you later.